everybody! So, I could not find a tutorial on merging when two objects collide with each other. And for months, I was perplexed on how to merge objects. I made bad ways to merge objects for my games 2048 Balls and Combinaroids. However, I just recently found a method on how to merge objects when I saw a video by N8Dev on the making of his game, Allete. Link is in the description if you want to see it. So I made this tutorial for merging objects in Unity. And I think it might be the first merging tutorial out there to use this kind of method. But before we start the tutorial, I just wanted to tell you that there is going to be a lot of background noise. And it might be a bit bad because this is my second time making a tutorial. But now that the intro is over with, it's time to get making. So, the first thing we need to do is create our scene. First, right-click, create, go into sprites, and click on the square. Drag the square here and scale it. Let's change its color and scale it up a bit and call it ground. Let's give it a box collider 2D so that physics objects can't interact with it. And now, it should be called ground. Now, add another square, and this time, call it merge block. Give it a color of your choice. For me, I'm going to do a green. And give it both a box collider 2D and a rigid body 2D. Now that we have it, file and save, or Control S. And after that, right click, create, and go into a script. Let's call this merge. But I forgot to add a tag. Let's go here and add a tag. I'm going to call this merge block. And I'm going to go into our square and give it the tag of merge block and give it the merge script. Now, let's double click on it and it should open up Visual Studio. Now, we want it to merge when both blocks or two blocks collide with each other. So, we first want to check if the tags are the same, the tag we collided with and our tag, or something like that. So, we first go and put it on collision enter 2D, and we want to go check the tag. So if collision.gameObject.compare tag merge block, and then go here and put in if collision.gameObject.getComponent sprite render dot color is equal to collision.gameObject. Let's just copy this and paste it. However, remove the dot before the get component and drag and make sure all of this stuff is in that blue box and get rid of it. Then add some curly brackets, and now that we've done that, I'm going to explain a bit. This checks if what we're colliding with gets the tag of merge block. Then we check if we have the same color as what we're colliding with, because we're going to organize by color. However, if you have different sprites, like a sprite with a green block, then this will not work since all of them will be white by default. So instead, you can change this to a sprite, and if it's 3D, then use a material. So get component renderer that material.color. Just a simple notice. And when this happens, let's debug.log sending message from, and to make this easier to add a variable, put a $sign before the first quote, space, and then have two curly brackets and put in collision GameObject.name. And then let's put a semicolon at the end. Let's file, save all. And then, let's call this merge block, so it's easier for us to identify it. And then copy the merge block. If all goes well, we should get a message. So let's go here and save. And as you can see here, both of them have the same thing. But with the merge, only one of them should do it. For example, this means that if we want to spawn another object, once they combine, it'll spawn two objects. And that's not what we want. And the reason why is because they both have the same script. So to fix this, we can go here and use Instantiating. So the first thing we want to do is go here and put an int called ID, and on start we want ID to be equal to get instance ID. Now get instance ID gets the ID of the object, and the object's ID is always unique. So we'll check if it's greater than another, and that one will appear, meaning that only one script will activate our commands. So we can go here and then go here and check if ID is less than collision.gameObject.getComponent emerge.id. Then we want to go here and return, meaning that it won't do the commands, it will stop this function. So we're checking if it's less than it, meaning only one of them will do it. And we don't have to worry about them being the same because it's always unique. And then if we save and play, we should see that only one of them are doing it. Only one, and there we go. As you can see, one of them has it. And to check what ID it has, we could even go here and put in with another curly brace, and then go here and put in ID. And we can put in the ID number of, and save all, play it, and press this play button, and there we go. Its ID is -4594 or 4594. But we want them to merge. This is simple. We first want to go ahead here and delete this copy and put this in a prefab, like drag this here so it's a prefab and delete it. Then let's go here and add another square. We'll just call it a square, and then we can drag it as a prefab as well. And now that we've done this, we can go ahead and change our merge. And now we can go here and make a public game object called merged object. Now that we've done this, we can actually go here and let's make a game object O, and let's make this instantiate, which is where we spawn an object, merged object at our transform.position and quaternion.identity as a game object. So we can go here, and what we're doing is making it so that it spawns the object with no rotation and it's at the position. After it spawns, we want to destroy the object we've collided with and also destroy our object. And now that we've done that, we can go ahead here, save all, and play. We can go into our merge block, first our square, and let's give it a rigid body 2D as well. Let's go into our merge block and put the square here. And now, if we go here to our merge block and put two of them there, then we can go here and save it. We can play it, and there we go. Only one block is there. If you like this simple thing, you can end here However, if you want to add a bit more game feel, then let's continue. For this, we want to add some more stuff. First, a transform called block 1, as well as another transform called block 2. We want to make a public float called the distance, and another public float called merge speed. And now that we've done that, we can go ahead and continue. With this code, we can go ahead and copy this and instead put this in a function. So let's make a public void called move towards and put this here. Then let's make a bool called can merge, and then we can check if can merge, and let's erase this curly bracket and put it, enter and put it here. Now for this, we want it to use block 2. So we can go here and use collision.GameObject.getComponent merge ID, and instead use block 2. Block 2. Then we can go here and oh I forgot actually. We can go here and change some stuff. So let's go here and instead of removing collision.GameObject, we can replace it with block 2. And we can then go ahead here and let's see, is there anything? Well, no, there we go. After can merge, we want to put another if statement. So if vector2 dot distance, so we're checking the distance on block 1 dot position and block 2 dot position is less than our distance, the less it is to the distance, that means if they're very close to each other. So then we can go here and put another bracket here, and there we go. So we do all this code once we merge. Then we want to move. So what we can do is transform.position is equal to vector2.move towards, meaning that it will move towards the object with a speed. So we want block 1 dot position, block 2 dot position, and finally we can go here and use our merge speed. Let's go here and give it a semicolon, and there we go. Now we can go here and put this function on a fixed update. So let's go here and make a fixed update. And now that we've done that, we can go ahead and put in move towards. And with can merge, we can go here and make it so that block 1 is equal to transform and block 2 is equal to collision.transform, and can merge is equal to true. And what this should do is make it so that it only spawns the object once it goes towards each other. And finally, let's make it so that we destroy collision.GameObject.getComponent rigid body 2D, and also destroy collision.GameObject.getComponent rigid body 2D, so it doesn't have any physics involved. And there we go. Oh, we want to go here and again remove this dot and put it here, and there we go. Which means if we save and go into our merged block, we can go here and add some stuff. For example, our distance, let's make 0.05, and for merge speed, I think 0.4 is good enough. let's go here, and now that we've done that, let's file and save, and if we play, one of them should spawn. And there we go! One of them did spawn. We can make this a bit slower, like 0.05, to see it actually move and do it. So we can go here, and there we go. And there we go. We can even make it so that we get rid of the square prefab and add 2 more merged blocks. And after adding the merged blocks, we can make a variant that has a different color. So we can go here and let's copy this and copy this. And we can call this merge block red. And merge block blue. And then we can go here and give this a red color, and a blue color. And then we can go here and make 2 prefab variants. And finally, we can remove these, make it so that if they combine, we get a blue merged block. And if these merged blocks combine, we get a red merged block. And now, if we save and play, then we get 2 merged blocks. And if we go into our scene view and drag, and we get a red merged block. And to make sure we don't drag, we can put 2 merged blocks up here and make it so that the merge speed is 0.0. Let's just say 8 so that we can see it easier. And then we can go here and there we go. Voila! So, if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Hopefully, you found this useful. And if you want me to make a tutorial for something, then put it in the comment section below, and I will research and make a tutorial about that. So, thanks for watching. Bye!